You have rented a 2017 Coachman Galleria on a Mercedes chassis. It is an easy-to-drive vehicle with power to spare. The diesel fuel port for your vehicle is protected by the driver's door. When opened, there's a small compartment that gives you access to the port. The next item on the driver's side is an access door to an outdoor shower, cable TV hookups, and your macerator. Behind it is an exhaust for your furnace and hot water system. Directly below is an access door to your plumbing systems. The door is held closed by two magnets, so be sure they are engaged before driving. From left to right is the sewer dump hose, black water valve, gray water valve, and water selector panel with inlet for city water hookup. The last item on the driver's side is the 30-amp connector port, discussed in more detail later. The only item of note on the passenger side towards the rear of the vehicle are two 110-volt plugs for powering electric items outside. The vehicle has one fire extinguisher, and it is located just inside the sliding door behind the forward passenger seat. The passenger door has a compartment near the bottom that opens with two latches. Inside is a first aid kit. The driver's side door has the same compartment with an emergency flasher. There are two legs that pull apart at the bottom for placing it in a location that will alert other drivers. In the rear of the house is a smoke detector just behind the air conditioner. Near the floor just aft of the microwave oven is a combination CO2 and propane alarm. Should egress be impossible going forward, don't forget there are doors at the rear that can be used. Should you encounter gusty winds, the cargo doors will slam shut on you quite easily. To avoid this happening to you, follow these instructions. You need to pull the door inward slightly, pull the door latch toward you, and then open the door all the way until the two magnets contact each other. There is no need to touch the latch when closing, as it will align with the slot automatically. The cargo area is not very large and is used mainly for camping equipment. There is a curtain that hangs down from the sofa. When accessing this area, it can be lifted over the back. Locations of items are clearly marked, and I would appreciate if they were be returned to those locations. The levelers, chocks, and jumper cables are found on the right side. Just left of them are a table, folding camp chairs, and a lamp if you've chosen to rent them. Next is a box with all of your plumbing items, and on the far left is a ramp for the sewer hose, some gloves to wear when handling the hose, and your 30-amp cable. I have provided a mat for the entry area. Laying it out along with the shoe scraper will help keep the floor clean. With the awning extended, we just leave our shoes on the mat and walk barefooted inside. The netted areas on the doors have spare bungee cords and shop towels. There are a total of 7 seat belts on the vehicle, 4 on the bucket seats in the front and 3 on the rear sofa. All 4 bucket seats are manually adjusted. The 2 front seats can be adjusted up and down using a pump action lever. The seat and backrest are adjusted with a knob. There is also a lumbar support lever on the opposite side. The 2 rear bucket seats can only be adjusted fore and aft. All 4 seats can swivel to face a table. The swivel lever for these 2 are on the side. A very important rule is to pull all seats full forward before swiveling. I will demonstrate with a forward seat next. With the seat full forward, grab the lever and pull left. The seat will be free to swivel. It can lock in 2 positions, 50 and 180 degrees. Warning: be sure to lower the emergency brake before moving the driver's seat, or it may be damaged. There is a small table that can be used in two separate locations, one just inside the sliding door and one in the rear. A cap in the center must be removed to expose a female slot which will accept a male tab at the end of the table pole. The pole is located in the cabinet at the rear. Once the tab has been inserted into the slide, rotate the pole clockwise until tight. The table is located in front of the refrigerator against a wall. Just slide it towards the aisle to release it. Position it over the pole and push down until you hear a click. It is free to move around so you can position it however you like. Preparing the bed is rather easy. First and foremost, be sure there is nothing behind the sofa that can interfere with the electric lowering of the backrest. The armrests are held in position by friction. Pull them out and set them aside. The switch for making the bed is above the sink. To make the bed, push on the outside of the switch. To reverse it, push the inside. The bed is 6 feet 2 inches from front to back and 5 feet 9 inches from left to right. We sleep with our heads towards the back door, but other possibilities are an option. We have included an inflatable air mattress which is optional if you want to use it. We have used just the two comforters before, one on the bottom and one as a cover, and it is fairly comfortable. To use the air mattress, pull it out of its bag along with the motor and trio of couplings. Roll the mattress out on the bed platform. Using the largest coupling, attach it to the inflate port of the motor, insert into the mattress and turn on. Ensure the deflate port is not obstructed because it becomes the inflow for the motor. Inflation will take from 2 to 3 minutes depending on the firmness you desire. You will have to monitor the inflation and hold the motor in place or it may pop out with pressure. When adding the comforters, it is beneficial that 2 people be involved, one in the aisle and one at the back door to pull them into place. Once both comforters are in place, and the pillows are added, you have a queen-size bed that feels like home. Removing the air can be done manually by slowly folding and then rolling toward the exhaust port or by using the air pump. If using the air pump, connect the largest coupling to the deflate port, ensuring the inflate port is free as an inlet. Once all the air has been extracted, fold the air mattress in half lengthwise and then in half again. Begin rolling it towards the exhaust port slowly to allow the air to escape. Once complete, screw the cover back in place. It is not necessary to roll the air mattress extremely tight as the bag for storage is oversized. When restoring the sofa, return the armrests to their positions. Also, one note of caution. The cuff holders in the armrest have holes in the bottom and can therefore leak, so please take care not to spill. Kitchen appliances include an induction stove with the appropriate potware, refrigerator, microwave and convection oven combo, and a sink with glass cover. The faucet stows inside the sink during transportation. Pull up when ready to use. Also, one note of caution. Do not allow foodstuffs down the drain as it can plug up the grate tank. The counter includes a pop-up with 2 110-volt and 2 USB connectors. The air conditioner is located in the ceiling at the rear of the vehicle and the control is next to the TV. Both TVs are on hinges, should you desire to reposition them, but need to be in a locked position when the vehicle is moving. The white knob provides easy access to a string that unlocks it from the wall. Pins on top and bottom must line up with the tube attached to the television. The white knob must be pulled down to allow the TV to be slid back into position. If the campsite has cable TV and you connect to it, You will have to move a slider switch behind the TV to the cable position. Only the aft TV has a DVD player. The HDMI cable from the back of the TV is left disconnected so that it can be moved back and forth between the DVD player and an iOS device. If you have also rented my adapter, remotes for the TV and DVD player are in this cabinet also. The cabinet right behind the TV has a hot water kettle, pots and pans, linens and a space for you to add some dry goods. This is also where the portable induction stove is located. If you have something smelly to cook, it may be better to do it outside. Please return it to this location when you're finished. The hot water kettle conveniently plugs into the countertop. For your privacy, shades pull down throughout the vehicle, including one behind the bed. There are multiple windows that can be opened for a cross ventilation. It is extremely important, however, that these be closed before moving the vehicle. There are two 110-volt outlets on the ceiling above the bed area. In the cabinet above the cockpit there is a broom, dirt pan, paper towels and a DC tire pump in the event of an emergency. However, using the road assistance 800 number is probably a better idea. There are two levels, one at the front and one in the kitchen. It is important that the vehicle be no more than 3 degrees off center, preferably 2 degrees, or damage to the refrigerator can occur. Please use caution when maneuvering into and out of the cockpit and sofa area. These two areas are lower than expected and it is easy to bump your head if not maintaining your awareness. Located on the ceiling above the sofa is a switch that controls a light on the step for the sliding door. It is wired through the Mercedes dome light system which connects to the starter battery. Therefore, it is abundantly important not to leave the switch in the on position or it will deplete the battery and the vehicle will not start. By default it is set to auto position and will come on when the sliding door is opened. In addition to the screens on the side windows, there are also screens at the rear of the vehicle and sliding door. There is a drawstring on the left side that pulls the screen down. When flush with the floor slide, the screen locks into position below a knob to securely hold it in place. When removing the slides, be careful not to let the screen slam back up into position. The sliding door screen is manually pulled into position. There are 3 blinds, 1 windshield and 2 side doors, held together with bungees and located in the rear of the vehicle. The door blinds have magnets along the perimeter. To install them, open the door, align the blind on the window frame and allow the magnets to hold it in place. Then shut the door. The door seal helps keep it in position. Open the windshield blind and put the lower half onto the dashboard. Lift the screen and position it around the rear view mirror at the slot and then lower the sunshades to hold it in place. After removal, please fold them in an accordion manner and keep them together with bungees. The toilet is flushed with a foot pedal. It has 2 positions. When pushed completely to the floor, it opens a trap door allowing the waste to fall into the black tank. Do not release the foot pedal gently. This results in leaving the trap door slightly open and water continuously entering the bowl, which will not only deplete your freshwater tank if boondocking but also prematurely fill the black tank to capacity. To prevent this, it is necessary to release the foot flush pedal and hear it slam against the bowl. This protects both the seals on the trap and prevents odors from entering. Pushing the pedal halfways allows water to enter the bowl above the normal amount left after a flush. Adding water may be beneficial when attempting to flush solids. The exhaust fan can be used to eliminate odors or create a suction to bring cool air in on a pleasant summer evening. It is equipped with a rain sensor and will close automatically as long as the battery switch is on. There are controls in all four corners. You can manually open and close the exhaust door, or use this switch. This is the fan on and off switch, which can be left in the on position because the fan will not operate when the door is closed. This allows it to start up automatically when using the open switch. This switch controls the fan speed and this one the thermostat. If using the exhaust fan to cool the RV in the evening, you may want to set the thermostat so it turns off if the unit gets cooler than you desire. When parking the vehicle at a campsite, ensure that the 2-degree limits are adhered to. The levelers resemble Lego blocks and can be used in a stack if necessary. If the rear of the vehicle needs raising, only the outside tires of the tandem rear need be on the blocks. Unless the campsite is completely level, it is recommended that chocks be used on a tire that is firmly on the ground. As an alternative to the levels in the RV, many smartphones have level apps available. This app is measures on the iPhone. To open the hood, you must pull on a lever just inside the driver's door. The second release is just left of the Mercedes emblem. Lift the hood until the arm latch on the left clicks into place. There is no battery in the engine compartment. It is located under the vehicle. The connector points, however, are here. The positive is marked by a red ring that must be pushed back to access, and the negative is on the side wall to the right. A control panel is located in the cabinet just behind the driver's seat. It contains a control for the generator and furnace, which will be covered later, plus a solar unit, charging panel, and convenience center. By pushing individual buttons on the convenience center, you can check your propane, battery voltage, plus fresh water, black and gray tank levels. After turning on the battery switch and awning power, the awning is extended by pushing the extend button once. Mood lights in the awning are available by turning the awning light switch on. The battery switch must remain on at all times that the awning is extended to provide automatic retraction in case of high winds. When ready to retract the awning, push the retract switch once, followed by the awning power switch when fully retracted. The generator is fueled by propane and generally only used when boondocking. To start it, first push the prime button until the light illuminates, then push the top of the switch labeled start until it's running. It can take some time, especially in cold weather, to start. To shut down, simply hit the stop button. The Truma system offers hot water and a furnace that can run off of either battery and propane or full hookups. I'll demonstrate two scenarios for the furnace. The first is a need to increase the temperature. Push the Truma button until it's turned on. Witness the house blinking. Push the button and then select a temperature, followed by pushing the button again to set it. To turn the temperature completely off, push the Truma button until it's on. See the blinking house? Push the button, turn the knob counterclockwise until off appears, then pushing the button again to set it. The default setting for the hot water is 104 degrees. The Truma unit can only be used at the campsite. It cannot be used while the vehicle is moving. To turn off, push the button until off appears. Boondocking is a term used for camping off-grid. You will have only the water in your fresh water tank, solar battery power backed up by a generator if needed, refrigerator, furnace and hot water. You will not have an air conditioner, stove, microwave or convection oven unless you run the generator. To get water pressure when boondocking, you must move the water selector valve outside to the dry camping selection, turn the battery on, and then the water pump. A note on the battery switch: it says battery disconnect, but you must push the top of the button for both on, and also disconnecting. Since only solar power will be available to charge your house batteries, limiting your usage at night is critical. Usage of a few lights and the TV should be okay as long as you don't use them all night long. In order to conserve energy, however, you must turn the refrigerator off before retiring. It draws 5 to 7 amps per hour. Your food should stay cold throughout the night as long as the refrigerator door is kept closed. Another high-use item that needs to be avoided is the exhaust fan, since it uses 10 amps per hour. The vent can be left open for circulation as long as the battery switch is left on for rain protection. Full hookups are the desired method of camping. Most campsites have both 50 and 30 amp plugins available. Follow the checklist for full instructions on connecting to the campsite's power. The 30 amp cord is 25 feet in length and has a 110 volt adapter attached for use at my storage facility. Remove this adapter prior to plugging into the 30 amp port at the campground. The yellow end of the cord plugs into the vehicle here. When you lift the cap, align the plug to the prongs. It only goes on one way. Then turn clockwise about a quarter turn and secure it with the threaded piece. All your plumbing items for full hookups are in a box. Bring this box to the side of the RV to make things easier when connecting. A rubber knee pad is provided to make connecting everything easier, and stay dry in wet environments. These are the items you will need to complete your hookup. Access the water valve panel and set it to city fixtures if not already there. You'll be using the white hose as it is safe for drinking. A disinfectant spray is provided if you want to use it. I spray the city faucet and the hose inlet on the RV as a precaution. Remove the rubber cover from the inlet and connect the flex hose. Next, connect the filter to the white hose and then the flex hose to the filter. Take the water regulator and connect it to the other end of the hose and then to the city faucet. The blue hose has a quick disconnect, and a spray head for the outside shower. It connects behind this door. Both hot and cold water are available. A white rubber mat is provided for standing on when rinsing off. On the right side are satellite and cable hookups. There is a cable in the back of the RV on the right side. On the left is the macerator, which will be explained in the next segment. When disconnecting the water hose, please empty the water before stowing it back in the RV. This can be done by raising one end of the hose and walking it down to the other end, slowly allowing the water to exit. There is no need to dump if your stay is 4 days or less in most cases. In order to prevent filling the black tank, it is best to use the campsite facilities as much as possible. The same goes for the gray tank. Taking a shower is a little more comfortable at a campground shower than the small confines of the RV. It's there, and you can use it, but it may not be optimum. Nonetheless, here are some basics. On the left side there is a waste hose ramp and 2 blue gloves. The orange handle pulls off and the ramp expands to create a gentle slope from the RV to the dump station. Remove the tether holding the hose onto the black dump valve and extend the hose out over the ramp. Remove the cover and place into the dump station. Please follow the wastewater checklist for dump instructions, but basically you will open the black valve, hold the macerator switch for 2 to 3 minutes and release, then open the gray valve, while leaving the black valve open, and repeat with the macerator. Close both valves, put the cover back on the hose and stow the hose back into the RV, remembering to put the tether around the black valve handle. Warning: if you forget to tether the hose, it may dislodge while driving, drag behind the vehicle and perhaps become a hazard to other drivers.